describes types of something. Compare and contrast give either similarities or differences between things. And cause and effect gives either the causes or the effects of something. These 5 types of essays follow similar structures, and that includes the structure of the body paragraphs. The body paragraphs in those types of essays will all have this structure. They'll start with a topic sentence, and then they should have between 2 and 4 supporting ideas. Here you see 3 supporting ideas, and that's rather standard. And then you'll have a couple of details or examples for each of the supporting ideas. And then you'll end each body paragraph with a conclusion sentence or a transition sentence that helps the paragraph flow to the next paragraph. Each supporting idea supports the topic sentence, so it has to relate back to that idea. Each detail and example have to support the supporting ideas and the details. The examples are the most specific sentences in the paragraph. The purpose of the supporting ideas is to show what you mean by the topic sentence, and the purpose of the details is to show what you mean by the supports. That's why it gets more and more specific as you go, because you're showing the reader more specifically what you're trying to say. The topic sentences in your body paragraph should have 2 parts, the topic and the controlling idea. That should sound familiar to you because that's also what the thesis statement has. A topic sentence is similar to a thesis, but the topic sentence controls just that paragraph. Each topic sentence also must support the thesis statement in the introduction. You do this by using keywords from the thesis statement. Remember, your thesis statement must be specific, and you use nouns instead of pronouns so that it is specific. And those nouns from your thesis statement become keywords that then you'll repeat in your topic sentences for your body paragraphs. This will help your reader to follow along with your point. You should also use transitions in your topic sentences, and because we're using keywords, you're going to avoid pronouns in your topic sentences. Let's look at a sample thesis statement. Every citizen should learn to speak a second language. This is the point that the writer wants to make, and the writer will need at least 3 body paragraphs to support this thesis. For the first topic sentence, the student decides to say, first, speaking another language broadens a person's view of the world. So that's the first point that he's going to make to support that thesis. For the second topic sentence, he says, another reason is that learning a second language opens job opportunities. And for the third topic sentence, finally, learning a new language improves mental function. So these are the 3 reasons that the writer thinks every citizen should learn to speak a second language. Each of these topic sentences will start a body paragraph in the essay. Now, in each of those body paragraphs, we have to have support. Each one has to relate back to the topic sentence. Everything in the body paragraphs has to relate back to that topic sentence. Let's look at an example. So here's our first topic sentence again, and here are 3 ideas that the writer has that will support that topic sentence. The thing that we're trying to support is that speaking another language broadens a person's view of the world. They become aware of different cultures. They think about subjects they've never thought about. They learn about different countries. Those are 3 things that support the topic sentence that says speaking another language broadens a person's view of the world. And then we need details for each of those supports. So this is the first support. They become aware of different cultures. The writer gives a detail that many people never leave their hometowns. That helps to explain why they become familiar with different cultures when they learn a second language. And then there's another detail about not even having friends from other cultures. So again, that's a detail explaining why learning a language would help people become aware of different cultures. Here's the second supporting idea. They think about subjects they've never thought about before. And here the writer gives a detail. New vocabulary gives insight into the country that speaks that language. That helps to explain the supporting idea. And then the writer gives an example. A language spoken only in hot climates may not even have a word for snow. That's a very specific example that shows something new that the person would think about if they learned another language. And then we have another example. The vocabulary also teaches the learner about new foods of the related culture. So those three details helped to explain that supporting idea about subjects they've never thought about. Here's the full essay, so you can see the introduction in black, and then the last sentence of the introduction is the thesis statement. And then we have 3 topic sentences in purple. They start each of the body paragraphs. And in each of those body paragraphs, we have 3 supporting ideas. Those are in green. Also, in each body paragraph, we have details and examples to support the supporting ideas. Remember, the details are the most specific sentences in the paragraphs. And then we have a transition or a conclusion sentence at the end of each body paragraph. Another thing we need to talk about in an essay is coherence. Coherence means the smoothness between sentences and paragraphs. Coherence helps make your writing logical. And the way we do this is to use transition words and phrases. Here's the essay after some changes were made to help revise for coherence. All of the yellow here are ways that we make coherence. You can see I added a few words to my thesis statement to make it look a little more complex and to make it flow better with the first body paragraph. I added the transitions for example, also, and furthermore. I also added a dependent clause because many people never leave their hometowns, and then I joined that with an independent clause. They sometimes don't think about the world. I made a complex sentence instead of that simple sentence I had before. This adds coherence. It makes it flow better. To summarize, your typical academic essay has a thesis in the introduction, followed by body paragraphs, usually 3 or more. Each body paragraph has a topic sentence with 2 to 4 supporting ideas, and each supporting idea is explained with 1 to 3 details to be specific. Each paragraph has a conclusion sentence, and transitions are used throughout the essay to give coherence. Now, let's look at conclusion paragraphs. There are several ways that you can write a conclusion paragraph, and it's really not that difficult. You can keep your conclusion paragraph pretty short like you do with your introduction paragraph. One way you can write a conclusion is to summarize the major points of the body of your essay. You can also restate the thesis. Restate means to tell in a different way, so you would use different vocabulary and different grammar, but say the same thing that you said in your thesis statement. You can also end your conclusion with a final thought for your reader to think about. Do not state new information in your conclusion. You should state all of your new information in the body of the essay. So if you think of something else that you want to say, don't put it in the conclusion. Go back and find an appropriate place in the body of your essay to put that new thought. Remember the sample essay that we looked at? We're going to write a conclusion paragraph for that essay. When you're writing your conclusion, think about your thesis statement and your topic sentences. This was my thesis statement from before, and these were the 3 topic sentences for the body paragraphs. Here's one conclusion that I could write. It's very short and it only has 2 sentences. In conclusion, learning a new language as an adult may be difficult, but the benefits are worth it. Everyone can appreciate a broader perspective on the world, better job opportunities, and improved mental function. So let's look at how I came up with that. Remember that thesis statement here on the left said, with a more international world, every citizen should speak a second language. The final sentence in the conclusion paragraph kind of repeats that same idea when it says that the benefits are worth it. And then we can see where we got the second sentence in the conclusion. Think back to those topic sentences. The conclusion sentence summarizes those 3 topic sentences. Here are some other ways to end an essay. So let's say we wrote an essay about electric cars. Some other ways that you can end this essay are to predict an outcome. For example, more people will buy electric cars when the price becomes affordable. That would be an outcome because you're making a prediction, and that could end your essay. You can also make a suggestion. For example, electric cars should be made more affordable so that people can buy them. Or you can end your essay with a call for action, and that means asking people to do something. For example, people should tell their lawmakers that they want electric cars to be more affordable. So in addition to summarizing the main points of the essay and repeating the thesis statement, you could use one of these 3 methods, or you could also use a combination of these 3. Just remember your conclusion paragraph only needs to be a few sentences. So to summarize conclusion paragraphs, remember to keep it brief. It only needs to be a few sentences. Summarize major points and restate your thesis statement. Think about making a prediction, suggestion, or call to action to leave your reader with a final thought and make the essay feel like it's finished. It's complete. And remember, don't introduce new ideas in your conclusion paragraph.